Killed some weird flying things. Remember that?
Yeah,
I remember.
I remember.
Remember Silas?
And we got the cart over the canyon, I guess. It's like, what is
Chasm?
that?
The chasm of endless peril. Shall we go ahead and survival up these bodies here and see if there's anything useful we might be able to harvest?
Yes, absolutely. And I may, although I believe I can wait until after I roll, I may use my knowledge from a past life to do this, should I need it.
Interesting.
Oops, I have no clue what I just clicked on. If that was me. Okay, good. Whew. Survival.
I'm a survivor.
And yeah, I'm gonna add my knowledge from a past life, which is a d6. Oh, so that's a 14.
Excellent. You managed to get a nice bundle of antlers off these creatures. As you begin to cut into them to try and harvest some sort of meat or see what's edible, is anyone familiar with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Sorry, no, I am not.
All right, noted. That needs to get rectified next year.
Just missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
Shucks.
There's a famous scene where someone prepared the turkey and they cut into it, and it's, I mean, in the movie it's so dry that it does this, but to me it was always so disgusting as a kid. You cut into this creature and it literally splits apart, right? Like the meat like splays open, and you can see all the sinewy bone attached to the areas where you cut, and like vapor, the sickly vapor escapes from within. It does not look appetizing.
And before the cut happens, it's presented very much like the classic painting. Oh, Ansel Adams, is that who I'm thinking of? Maybe it's a different painter. No, it's
Ansel
not
Adams
Ansel.
is a photographer who is famous for
Shit.
photographing Yosemite.
What am I thinking of? Who the grandma with the impossibly strong back and the huge turkey, and all the Americana.
Yeah. What is
Such a dunce cap idiot. I just glued that horn
Norman
back
Rockwell?
on that unicorn piece.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's right.
You
Fuck.
glued a horn back on a unicorn?
Yeah, you know those little pieces?
Yeah.
And then I just
I think that
Fucked it
can't be
up.
fixed.
and knocked it back off. I fixed it. And then I fucked it up again.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Hate when that happens.
Oh, man. And now the piece is God knows where. So if he could tell me, that'd be great.
Oh.
Come on, God, you've let us down so often before.
You
So
should be high on your list, God.
so is this meat, does it look inedible? Or does it just smell? Like, I don't, I need a little bit more understanding.
There's no meat whatsoever. Whatever what was meat is vapor. Like it
Oh, I misunderstood. Sorry.
yeah, you just hadn't seen the scene. So like yeah.
It's not good.
Okay, then never mind. Is there anything left? Like antlers, bones?
Yeah, I said you got a good bundle of antlers.
Okay.
Antlers are cool. Excuse me, goodness. I meant to mute
What
myself.
were these things called again?
I don't think they were.
Okay, what are we calling them then? So that I can
Yeah.
label it in the in the shared spoils?
The wolf
Because
deer
I know you
birds.
all are interested in them.
Sky elk?
Sure.
I like sky elk.
Okay.
Sky
fine.
elk antlers. One bundle.
Skelk antlers. They're
You can-
skelks.
Check the Wild Elloria. I put a
Oh,
GIF
okay.
in of it. That's right. I
Ew.
said GIF. Deal with it.
That's the right way to say it. Let's be real. Come on now.
Oh god, it's like an alien chest burster.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of too.
Yeah.
What did that guy have? He had the soup? Check, please.
Oh, I just realized that it hadn't actually broken in the same way. It's not like the glue came on.
Oh.
It broke in a new way,
Oh.
and the piece
Oh,
was on the table. But as soon as I realized it, I knocked that piece off the table. Here it is.
Maybe we should write to them because this one seems extra fragile.
I mean, go for it. You ordered it.
You write them a sternly worded letter, Carmen. You let
Oh
them
no.
know.
More of a. I think this one was, what's the word I'm looking for?
Forked.
Huh? Well, I meant the more official word.
Oh,
A defect.
fuck all.
A
Defective.
lemon. Mhm.
Suboptimal.
Foobar!
We have given them a lot of money throughout the past year.
Mhm.
Right, dicked, I think is the official term. Anyhow, yeah, that's about what you can get muster off these things, unless there's something more specific you want. But as I said, the meat does not appear to be something you would want to eat. To call it gamey is an understatement.
Then we will leave it.
How far are we from the storm now?
It is overcast where you are. You can smell, almost smell a moisture in the air in this region. What that's worth.
And the Yabig is still pulling us towards the storm area.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Well, whatever we do next, I feel like I could definitely use a bit of a rest myself. I'm feeling pretty
Alright.
fucked up. But Shra,
Me
I
too,
must,
yeah.
I didn't, damn, that's true. I don't think
What?
Tower knows that Shra did the medical check. It wasn't conscious
Right.
until after Flint touched. So, Flint, thank you so much for that, healing. I was getting pretty badly, scratched up there.
No problem. But to be fair, Shra did manage to get to you before I did.
Oh,
I
well,
did my best.
I'm sure you did great. I didn't realize, are you a medicine type person?
Oh no. But when I see a friend in need, I try and help if I can.
Oh, undoubtedly. I appreciate you taking the shot either which way. I'm trying to learn medicine myself. I was hoping I might have found a teacher, but thank you so much for.
Got another
for
thing.
That's how I.
I didn't know I was
Right.
going on this trip to be a tutor for everyone, but alright.
But
I know,
either way,
I have rudimentary skills. You know, just enough to get someone back up on their feet.
and I appreciate you doing that for me.
And kept his head calm under pressure.
Not even back on their feet, honestly.
Right. Back on their back.
Better than
consciously. Yeah. You know.
Yes, and I appreciate being better than dying. However, a little rest will do me good.
Yes, I think we should find a place to camp.
Okay, yeah.
What time of day is it?
Not that late.
Oh, were you thinking do you need a long or a short rest? Or so it's different with you, isn't it? Because you
Oh.
don't always rest very much at night.
It's true that my long rests are a bit shorter than average. However, a short rest will allow me to recuperate myself a bit, the same as any other folk might be able to do.
I think I'd be fine with a short one. Anyone else feel they need longer?
Short should be fine.
Short would
Well,
work for me.
And I don't mean to contradict. I've just been processing for a moment here. It may not be a bad idea to take a longer break just outside the storm and pursue the storm as a first thing in the morning type thing.
Not a bad point.
Just putting it out there.
Well, I can do that too. Sounds like a smart plan.
All right. Then, yes, perhaps camping then. And we do.
Indeed.
D&D.
All right, then you've got plenty of time to take care of some business if you want.
Taking care of business.
Every day. Yeah, definitely gonna do a short rest and then hang out. It's been a long journey up to this point and very hard.
That was a rough one. And mighty nervous with the cart just staying there on that bridge. Good thing the bridge held up.
Yeah. It was a shoddy job for keeping that cart up that whole time.
But damn fine construction in the end, Aranoa.
Whew, made me nervous.
Okay, but is there anything you actually want to do with your free time?
I don't have anything.
Before I just time skip a full day, or a good portion of a day.
I want to work on my bond with Blossom today.
Sure.
I'll look around this side of the canyon to see if there's any difference in plants, and especially looking for the ones that we've been looking for. And
I'll go to this tower with that work.
Sure. I'll keep it
see if I can't find anything good to brew with on this side as well.
There you go. And then tower won't worry about doing that itself.
At least within this immediate area, assuming you're not trying to go too far from your too far ahead of your compatriots.
Right.
It seems a lot more barren, especially the further in the direction that you're heading you go. There's a lot less growth around. But let's say just like a good mile away from your camp, you do end up coming across a few prone bodies out in the I'm gonna say desert, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The plains.
Yeah, the plains.
Okay. Prone bodies. I'd like to very carefully sneak up on these things and check to see if they're alive.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I shall indeed. Why? There's no advantage. Let me take off advantage. But either way, it's the first number.
There's not really much in the way of things to hide around here, but for a quiet approach and like gauging to see if these entities acknowledge your presence, they don't appear to. They're still prone. How close do you want to get to them?
I'll get within 5 feet. I'll get right up to them, taking my time slowly, starting like a slow approach from 30. And yeah, okay. I'll get right up on them.
They don't appear to move at all in that time, and as you do get within 5 feet, you see that these are, in fact, corpses of what looks to be 5 or 6 orcs. They have gaunt, horrified expressions frozen on their faces, and without bearing the lead too far, the most eye-catching thing is that they have gaping holes in the center of their chests, and the bones of their rib cages are splayed and broken. Bits are about on the plains floor, if you will, the plains ground.
Sheriff, it is as I feared, and safe, by the way, to approach. These are several dead creatures out here. Based on their wounds, they may have been attacked by the same creatures that attacked us. When the one nearly killed me, it seemed like it was trying to claw into my chest for something. And the wounds, you see.
Yeah. Maybe it was trying to get to its heart.
Well, I certainly don't see any hearts over here, so...
Well, there's not much of flesh at all, right? These are no, they're corpses, not skeletons. Okay, yeah. Never mind, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, they don't look that old.
Yeah, fair.
Hours to a day at most.
Oh, wow.
I assume they all look like that turkey.
If you are inspecting them a little more closely, you will realize that they are missing vital organs, namely the heart, specifically.
Yeah, it seems the skelks were heart eaters. Or just likers. Who knows why they want the heart?
Excuse me one moment, as my cat has jumped up on the kitchen sink counter, and it has to be reprimanded. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say, the heart eater wants what the heart eater wants.
Not to sound too heartless, but where does the law stand on rooting through the pockets of corpses one finds out in the wilds?
It's free for all.
No, this far out,
All
there
fair
ain't
game.
much in the way of rules.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a little cold-hearted, but
Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
not everybody has the heart for rummaging.
I was gonna say about me not having a heart. There, yep. Well,
isn't this turkey absolutely disgusting now that everyone?
Oh, it's gross. Yeah.
It's just supposed to be dry, but as a child, I was like, it's a monster.
I don't know why I haven't done this yet. Let me just go ahead and post it in the Roll20 thing so that it just shows up. Yes.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with these folks and their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to need an investigation roll of some kind?
Sure.
Well, I ain't got a good one.
okay.
I'm all right.
All right, which check were we looking for?
Stuff in these
Investigation.
folks'
Investigation.
pockets. Yep, investigation.
Oh boy, investigation. Somebody else do it.
Am I the best at 4?
I'm at 3.
Oh, okay. But I
But
assume
we
I'm
could
getting
each-
help, right?
Yeah, we could each investigate with some help.
Oh, I already had advantage on. Okay. Woo woo.
Cool. You find 5 rudimentary spears, a decent short bow, 18 silver, and 25 copper.
Is someone writing this down?
I'm working on it. 5 spears, 1 what was it, crossbow?
Short bow.
Short bow, thank you. What was the next thing?
18 silver,
Alright.
25 copper,
Okay.
and that's what they had on them.
Well, now we have it on us.
It seems they did not come out here with much. I wonder what their plan was.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a plan till the skelks show up.
Oh, Wendy, by the way, I wanted to thank you for so often being somebody who documents things for us.
Yes.
It's
Oh, yeah.
really appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. I don't mind doing it. As long as I have hands free at the moment.
Indeed, indeed.
I just finished my Blossom token, including transparent background. How should I do?
You can throw it up on the not the Roll20, the Discord.
Okay.
And I'll take care of. I can do that right now, probably, if we're going to be on this page for a minute. But let's not halt the game for that.
Yep. That was it.
Cool. So that's what happens on your, and you're able to find some stuff that will feed your group, of course. But like I said, it just takes a little bit longer than it's been taken because it seems to be a little more sparse out here.
Sure, and that's fine. I take the time, and we do have plenty of meat, so that could go a long way towards it as well. No reason why we can't do that.
And from out here, you can see in the distance there is kind of the ground is a little bit more raised. It's like breaking your view of that event horizon, if you will. You cannot see where the sky touches the ground, if you will. But the beyond that ridge line, you can see lightning arcing down, and at this distance, you can tell it seems to be very specific. It seems to only be striking one area.
That is peculiar, is it not?
It is. Well, it's been peculiar that the storm has lasted this entire time that we've been traveling and hasn't moved. So I think it was all peculiar from the beginning.
We'll probably be seeing a bit more peculiar things before we're done.
That does not bring me very much comfort.
I hope that's not exactly where we're heading.
It seems too unlikely that it isn't at this point.
Frankly, I'd be surprised if it weren't.
One can dream. That it would be a nice oasis in this desert. But no, it's where the lightning's striking.
Damn.
Come on, Shroud.
Well, good night, all.
Well, onward towards destiny then.
So you're resting here for the night and then going?
Yes. That kind of onwards.
Oh, right. There's a button to hit for long rest, right?
Yep.
Woo.
Right, buttons.
Button, who's got the button?
Keep forgetting there's a spot on my sheet to mark for second wind and action surge, too.
It's weird. When you guys do that, it just puts your name down, but doesn't display anything. So I was like, what's happening?
It's not working for me. When I click on it, nothing happens.
That is peculiar. I'll have to take a look at that.
That's fine. I'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Well, fair, but
It's how old-fashioned to update my internet player sheet.
internet player sheet.
My internet player sheet. That one. Oops, sorry.
Wow. You did that right as I clicked on something, so I was like, oh, whoops. I thought it was me.
No, you can bet that is me most of the time.
Well, as you start to make camp and figure out your nighttime activities, Silas is going to do his normal little perimeter runic symbol around the campsite before he snuggles into his usual routine.
While he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and kind of approach him and say, Silas, what exactly is this ritual that you do each night?
Well, something my mama once taught me. Helps keep out the things that aren't welcome.
Whoa, that's a
Of
big
course.
horse.
I'm gonna take care of it.
God damn, that's a lot of horse.
Gotta have to do a few things to do it.
Was it
but-
Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo? And they're like, that's a huge bitch.
Things are gonna go weird for a bit, but I'll put him back to normal. But we can keep playing while. Interesting. Your mother. Well, that's. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what people do you come from?
I guess I don't understand your question.
Like, where were you born? To what folk?
I was born to a man and a woman just like everybody else. Well, maybe not everybody.
You see why I ask.
I wasn't crafted as if that's what you're asking.
It would be interesting to find out. Well, I appreciate you doing this to keep out what isn't wanted.
I never asked the particulars, but I reckon it was the biblical way, if you will.
I wonder, do folks that are born the biblical way often ask the parents how and when they are conceived?
That's for sure.
Say one more time.
Not me, that's for sure.
Fair. I was not really interested in the manner of my production either. I wonder if that's a thing for all creatures, to be disinterested in where they come from.
Nice talk.
Yeah. Roleplay. See ya.
That was an awkward conversation.
Tower, get
Well,
over here so I can
yes.
work on your arm.
How I was conceived, but when I do.
Honestly,
Oh.
if Flint has overheard any of this, he's definitely chuckling to himself.
And when called over, Tower. Oh, you have a pleasant evening, Silas. I'm sure I'll see you around. It's a very small. Anyway, it runs
He's gonna
over
just
to
lock
Aaron,
eyes with you from under his hat as he begins to light one of his cigarettes as you walk off, shielding from
still
the
make shovels.
stormy breeze that's blowing through the camp.
And as he approaches Aranoa, Tower kind of says under his voice, "I can never get a read on him. You?"
Oh no, except that I don't trust him.
I don't know. You still able to make shovels? I feel like Tower might want to bury himself after that.
I can never get a
I
read.
do still have
I
this
don't know why.
masterwork
I
shovel.
just asked him what folk he belongs to.
I asked him about himself.
We've been traveling together for days at this point. Like,
Question the guy about
At
his
the very
biological-
minimum, that question was the equivalent of like when someone asks you like looks at you at the grocery store and they're like, "Where are you from?"
but I don't spend days with people at the grocery store.
But even if you spent days with a person, that would still be a kind of an awkward question, in my opinion.
Yeah. But
I'm just
Tower is a robot?
No,
Yeah, that's why I was
I'm
fine
not
asking
saying
it.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying Tower shouldn't have asked the question or anything. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's an awkward ass question.
I thought it was funny.
It's not a
Yeah.
it's not a wrong choice or a bad choice. It's just a choice.
I was happy with the whole interaction. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
shaming anyone for anything. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, yeah, maybe people are hard to read when you ask them a really awkward question.
He's also
Yeah.
hard to read.
yeah.
So that
Yeah.
Tower doesn't fire his revolver.
Let's
off
not
when
mince
he
words
does,
about that.
directly into his own
He's
foot.
intentionally obfuscates stuff. Like, nah, let's just.
What are talking about?
So anyway, I'm working on Tower's arm,
Yes.
and I rolled a 21. My
Sweet
tinker's
deal.
tools.
Sounds like a success to me.
Hell yeah. I really appreciate you putting in this time, Eric. I'd probably say that a lot. I'm gonna.
Yeah. I'm gonna set up some little targets so that you can test out just what it's like whipping a chain around with that arm, and we can kind of rudimentarily attach it in a non-permanent way. So I want you to test it out.
That
What?
sounds
have
like
a
a lot of
chain?
fun.
No, that's not what I mean. A rope. Use a rope as a in place of. Sorry, I said that wrong.
Gotcha. That makes some sense.
I got
yeah.
rope.
Yep, I figured we could borrow some.
Sure. In
Did someone
fact,
say rope?
I don't really know why this wasn't designed with rope in the first place. This kind of weapon, I guess for strength, but rope seems to hold pretty strong.
Well, it could be used in place of chain until fine.
And I can mend it if needed. I've done it for my own. You see, a spell.
Oh, sure. Oh, I didn't realize that you could. That's. Did I know that actually? I probably knew that.
You made a lot of changes since we met, Shra.
Yeah, it's something I just picked up all of a sudden.
It's pretty incredible. I feel like in our time together, we have grown a lot. I've seen people do things that they've never done before in this group several times along our
you mean
travels.
someone coming back to life?
Yes, that's yes.
I suppose that's one thing.
I was like, who are you talking about? What situation are you thinking of?
Yeah, that was a first for me.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, Silas?
What's that? I ain't listening.
We were commenting about firsts in our travels, and Aranoa being the first person that we've come across, or witnessed, rather, that has both passed and been resurrected. And I was asking if that was a first for yourself as well.
Well, I didn't see her get resurrected myself, but no, it would not be a first if I had.
Is that something that your mother taught you as well?
My mama taught me a lot of things, yeah.
She seems an impressive person.
She's a hell of a lady.
Good on you. I don't know where to go with that.
Sorry.
Well, if there's no other bits, we'll eventually get ready to succumb to sleep, I assume. This night will find you much like many have before. Only this night you can hear the high pitch squealing of something in the distance.
Like an animal or wind?
Something.
Can we tell what direction it's coming from? Or it's the storm or away from the storm? It's kind of
to try and
I just mean that's the focal point that I want this information based on. What check?
a perception check, yeah. To try and see if you can determine how it's
Ooh.
Where is that sound coming from?
yeah, certainly between Tower and Aranoa, you can definitely tell that it seems to be emanating from the direction that you've been traveling to. Does that make sense? Does that work out?
Yeah.
It was a long journey, but it got there.
Well, that does seem ominous.
Sure does.
Adventure.
Oh, I suppose we'll find out what that is tomorrow, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
And we can cut to the sun just peeking up
Here
over the
comes the
distant
sun.
ridge lines.
Do.
And I said,
It's alright.
Good morning.
well, I believe it is, yes, good morning. It may turn out to be a hard day today. A hard day's night, even, if the storm's darkness is anything to go by.
I've been sleeping like a log. I'll stop now.
I wish I could again.
I need some help.
Oh, Noah.
Insomnia.
Living dead girl.
I forgot to ask, with the storm, it's just the lightning and the darkness? Is there any kind of rain or sleet or anything?
Does not appear to be any sort of precipitation currently.
Wind?
The wind is up in this area somewhat. It seems like just one of those dry Texas lightning storms, for those who are familiar with those.
Mm-hmm.
Text.
Well,
Except
we
in
might not
New
have needed.
Mexico.
We might not have needed the covering anyway, if it's just wind and lightning.
Mm-hmm. With any hopes, it shouldn't be an issue.
But we got these iron bars.
Would you not want them to rest?
We also
That-
got Tower.
that is
Oh, no.
Are you
that's
a
not-
conductor, Tower?
Well, yes, technically I am a conductor.
Of trains?
Of orchestras?
But most of and I pardon the phraseology here, of you meat bags also conduct electricity very well.
That's
Are we
true.
moving while we're
But I
having
mean,
a
Yes,
conversation? Or are we just chilling?
That's
yeah,
Okay.
this is a
I
walk
think-
and talk.
Yeah, or yeah, a ride and
A
talk.
riding?
Yeah, a
Or
ride and
ride and
talk.
confide.
Ride and
Yeah.
confide. Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Rotten thought.
Oh.
Oh!
No, that's if it's an inner monologue, right? That's a trodden thought.
Rotten thought, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Nosy and soliloquy.
Ah, I like all of these. These are all good.
Assuming you do eventually meet unless there's something else that's happening that
Oh,
you
well,
want to stop me from
sorry.
saying.
I had lost my train of thought as far as what we were talking about before that. But the bars, should we remove those? Do we really want to be bringing that into a lightning storm?
How would we contain Ursala?
Does Ursula need to be contained?
It does not seem like Ursula ever tries to run away when we are in a singular place. I don't think we keep her caged up. We're assuming her for now. Um, so I don't believe that would be an issue. My concern would be being able to find it again.
Yeah?
But I don't think you're wrong.
Through to get that shit together.
Yeah, I mean, we could always just leave it on our path and
Mark it
I
on
don't
your
know.
map.
Well,
Yeah.
sure, yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can definitely.
Yeah. You should be able to find it. I'm
Sure.
believing you, Tower. Your cartography skills, natural wandering ability.
Well, I appreciate the faith. Perhaps if we get closer to the lightning and yeah, in a bit, I think we've just started traveling, right?
Yeah. I'll attach Blossom to the cart and I'll work in the back on detaching the bars as we're moving.
But still, like keeping it,
Yeah.
keeping it attached so it doesn't fall off.
Well, of course, but we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I'm just, getting things ready.
All right. And
Excellent.
we're continuing forward. Yeah.
So you are going to remove it?
Mhm.
Yes.
But-
in a bit.
Yeah, not immediately. Once we get closer,
Well, my next thing is being a lot closer, so.
and then
Okay.
we'll take this stuff off. Leave it
Yeah.
on our path.
And mark it on the map.
And that will take you some time to remove it, but you've done it before.
We really should have just left this by the bridge.
Would have been
Uh,
a lot
yeah.
simpler.
Well, what's
We
done
had
is
thought
done.
about this during that long period last night instead of the very beginning of the travel today.
Yep.
Oh
Sometimes
boy.
you just don't think about these kinds of things.
Yeah, it's true. It's funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm assuming we're gonna leave the worm covering here as well on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
The closer you get to that ridge that you're headed toward, or ridge, but the raised set area that you weren't being able to see over the other side of yet, it is getting increasingly darker, and the thunder is getting louder, and you can begin to start hearing the lightning physically striking the area that it seems to be focused on.
Should we consult the A-Bag?
I suppose so.
I know what it's gonna do, but go ahead.
Tower, I think that's you, right?
Oh right.
It does, at least from this current position, seem to be aimed toward this mess that you're headed towards.
It is as we feared.
Confirmed.
And no use fearing the inevitable. Adventure word ho.
What'd you call me?
I'm sorry, beg pardon?
Man, I was
The
looking
deal-
for something on this list here, in-game list, that would add to the audio, but I can't seem to find it. Doesn't let me search in the way I'd wish it did.
Oh. Silas, and it's been a few days since we first worked out this deal, and I want to reiterate it with you and remind us all of it. It was that whatever we find inside the place we are going, you get one thing from there, correct? Of your choice.
Right, yeah.
I just remembered, and I wanted to throw that out there to the world. That is all. Yay, continuing.
Okay, so as you come to this place I've been describing, when you finally peek over the edge, you can now see this barren crater-like area. The earth in this region is almost gray to black in coloration. It's hard to tell if it's because of how overcast it is or if something has actually changed this ground. There is a thick haze that seems to coat the contents of this crater area. It's a low kind of fog. It seems to be hovering in the somewhere between 3 to 5 feet off the ground. It's just kind of blanketing this place. And in the center of this is this massive spire-like structure. Seems to be constructed out of metal that is drawing this lightning, and you can see as a lightning bolt strikes the top of it, the lightning seems to be channeled into the spire and funnels its way down to its base.
Sorry.
It got dead quiet. Did anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just not sure entirely how to go about approaching this.
Exactly.
What do you reckon does something like this?
Silas, you knew where we were going, right? Do you know anything about this and how to approach it, or?
I mean, I recommend not touching it for what that's worth.
Shall we do a bit of a large circle around the structure here to see if the Yebig is indeed centering on it or somewhere beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Let me give you the scene.
Whoa.
Ooh-wee.
Forgive me, like in a perfect world, this might be like a more top-down view.
Sure.
But so it's occupying this space, and you can technically move all behind it. It's just wherever the base is, this square right here, that's where it lives.
Got it.
I wanted you to be able to see the actual structure as well.
Yeah.
So you had
Hell
a
yeah.
clear idea of what it
Definitely.
was.
I appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely.
So lightning is striking like this point here, if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's these like rings that are being charged with the lightning, and it's just pulsing down through here.
And we're coming from the east, correct?
Yeah, let's go with that. I know I'm gonna oop, and I oop, as they say. I know I'll be asked about it, so I'm just gonna tell you now that this is about 10 feet tall. This section up here.
Got it.
So is this thing, the thing at the base, is that like a man-made structure then?
Well, the entire object looks to be man-made.
Yeah.
Or,
I'm
for
sorry,
lack of a better term. But yes, it looks to be some kind of... It looks old as well, even from here.
Huh.
It definitely looks like the work of the ancients.
Shall we head north, or head north of it, rather? Just straight, I guess? West from here?
Yeah.
And yeah, let's do.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, I don't have the flint and blossom. Oh, yeah, we can assume that Flint's on the cart there, and his horse too, all that good
Make
stuff.
a perception check, if you would.
I would love to.
Everyone?
Well, yes. Perception checks, please.
Perception.
Perception? Perception?
This shield's fucking busted. I got sand in my eye, and in my eye, and in my eye.
This is more auditory. I guess I should have said that too, but yeah.
Man, this shield doesn't work for shit.
I got sand in my
Just for the kicks of it.
ear.
Let me see what Silas hears. Okay. Believe it or not, with the help of Silas, that is a net positive group perception. Everyone can basically hear that high-pitched screeching sound they were hearing in the dead of night, followed by the noise of what I can only describe as... And based on this, I would say that Aranoa, you begin to see a shape through the haze, approximately in this direction.
Are they moving or are they standing there?
It's moving, and it appears to be in the ballpark of 10 feet tall.
Oh shit! Moving towards us. I alert the group. Hey guys, look over there. There's something big.
I'll get my rope ready.
I pull out my crossbow.
I pull out my bow.
Let me with this. Let's see, one. And you know what I just realized? I need to perhaps pull this thing out of myself. Cool. Okay. I opened
I
this
love that
completely
it was the one
backward.
in the way back that saw it.
Well, shit happens.
Oh, I just realized my thing was up. I tried to calm Ursula in advance, essentially. It's like there's probably going to be a bit of a scuffle, and we need you to stay calm.
You're not sure how much it recognized what you just said, but you said it for
Yep.
sure. Oh, hail and hell. This PDF on my computer is so different than my phone. Don't you hate that?
Mm-hmm.
It should be this page. I didn't see it.
Are we gonna be able to go into this?
Into what?
Well, it's already after 9.
Oh, it sure is.
Mm-hmm. So here's what I'll say, because it's a perfect little segue. Coming through this haze, here's what you see.
Ah.
Oh my god.
A huge mechanical quadrupedal thing standing about 10 feet tall, as I said. And within this very dirty coated glass, Aranoa, you are able to make out the shape of a humanoid brain inside.
Oh shit.
Is
that
Arano
just-
is both
larger?
scared and very excited to see this thing closer.
Cauliflower crawler.
Is that brain larger than normal too?
And the last thing before we break is that you see a laser cut through the haze in your direction, and some kind of unintelligible mechanical sound that, and that's where we'll leave that.
Oh god.
I don't like any of this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm.
That's-
just got weirder.
That's where we'll leave it for now. We'll have to find out what the hell happens from here.
Indeed.
What a dramatic ending.
Do I have access to that one? Let's see. There it is. Something like that, I guess, or something like this.
What is it you're doing?
Oh, rearranging horses, bringing out Solili.
Oh. You're the last one, Brian, without a horse token.